Don't settle for bad socks. Get comfort and grip at an affordable price with Pure Grip Socks Pro. Choose from 18 different colors at puregripsocks.com.
From the 1970s until now, a lot has changed from a technology standpoint in the world of football boots, and one brand that simply does not get the credit it deserves as for how much boots have changed is Lotto, who this year is celebrating their 50th anniversary with these very special football boots. So just to do a quick unboxing for you guys, because this is pretty special packaging. You have this textured matte black box with this gold pinstripe that kind of reveals the lid itself with the 1973 to 2023 50-year anniversary Lotto logo there on the front, and then open it up. And it opens a little bit differently than you'd expect in that it's basically a full-on display. And here's what it says on the underside of the lid for anyone that wants to take the time to read it. To get inside the box, you have to remove this kind of velvet-lined cover, which is really cool. The boots do come with what I guess is just a boot bag with more wording that is very similar to what you're going to find on the underside of the lid, black tissue paper, and then of course the boots themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to a very special pair of classic Lotto Stadios released to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Lotto brand in what is a very expensive looking gold color, which is fitting given the retail price of $300 US, but the boots are also extremely limited, just 500 pairs worldwide. With all 500 pairs being available right now, where I realize that Lotto as a brand in 2023 is not necessarily the most desirable, but if you're really into the history of football boots, this is seriously one of the coolest collector's items that's released in a very long time. And before we get into the specifics of the boots, if you guys enjoy the content, drop a like on the video and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on my reviews of all the latest football boots of 2023. Now, for those that are unaware, the Lotto Stadio is the brand's smash hit. It's their most successful football boot ever, and while it might not look very modern or cutting edge by 2023 standards, once upon a time, this was pretty much as good as it got, and a football boot that everybody wanted when it comes to playing around with quality and materials, be it leather or synthetic, the introduction of laceless technology, playing around with studs, all kinds of different elements that we see so commonly in football boots today. Lotto is genuinely one of the first brands to ever do it. It's just unfortunate that they don't get as much credit as they deserve for the innovation that they brought to the world of football boots. But with these, I think it's a pretty special way of celebrating 50 years of being around, and we can only hope that they eventually get back to where they were in terms of popularity as they were in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. As for this particular pair of Stadios, I wouldn't say that they're really all that different from past Stadio remakes that Lotto has done over the last couple years, but obviously in metallic gold, the full kangaroo leather upper just comes off as being extremely premium. The boots are of course made in Italy, as you'd expect a pair of top-end Lotto football boots to be, and honestly, from a quality standpoint, you are going to be hard-pressed to find anything better, which I guess should be the standard if they're going to charge $300 for a pair. Nonetheless, the Lotto logo and kind of like this glossy black just really stands out on the side, and it's such an iconic look. I love the 1973 to 2023 anniversary patch that you have on the tongue. And then of course, because it is an old school classic Lotto Stadio, you can flip it over and you get the embroidered Lotto logo in black against that metallic gold. It just looks really, really good. You're gonna find the 50th anniversary logo right here on the back of the heel. You'll also find it on the side of the heel, so perhaps a little bit overdone in that you can kind of see two of the exact same logos depending on the angle, but that's what they chose to do. The Lotto branding there on the back, the little Italian flag ribbon, which I'm such a big fan of. Of course, the Lotto branding there on the insole, and then the sole plate is in a metallic gold finish with the black studs that, again, just is very fitting for a 50 years of Lotto. As far as fit and comfort is concerned, unfortunately, this particular pair is in a size 10 US, which is just too big for me, but I did make a video not too long ago of another Stadio remake that I'll leave a pop-up on screen to if you want a little bit more info, but to make a long story short, full kangaroo leather upper, old school shape, deep central lacing system. The boots are super, super comfortable, especially if you want a little bit of that wider fit. Just keep in mind they will stretch a fair amount, so going down half a size isn't necessarily a bad idea. But there you have it, 50 years of Lotto. Let me know your favorite boots from this brand down below in the comments if you've ever had a pair. I would say for me, the Zero Legenda when I was a kid were some of my favorites, and I think some remakes of those would be absolutely amazing if Lotto does want to go down that route, which it seems like so many brands are doing these days. Lotto, I think, definitely needs to call back on their history a little bit more, and hopefully a return to form is in the future for them.